It was the summer the ocean caught fire. You probably saw it on the news, the Pacific burning orange off the coast of Ventura. Like the world had finally given up pretending it wasn't unraveling. That was the same week I met Elias. I had come to the coast to disappear. After the breakdown, after the divorce, after the miscarriage that left me numb from the inside out. I was 33, living in a rental that smelled like mildew and salt, the walls whisper thin and stained with other people's lives. I told everyone I was taking time off from my job in publishing. The truth was, I couldn't read more than a sentence without sobbing. Grief made the air thick, even sunlight felt heavy. Elias lived next door. He drove a battered green Bronco and wore band t-shirts like he was still in high school, though the silver in his hair said otherwise. He kept to himself, worked odd hours and played piano with the windows open, always at night, always something aching. One evening, I left a note on his porch. "Play the one you played at midnight again. Please, M." He didn't reply. But that night, the song played again, slower this time, like it was meant for only one set of ears. The next morning, I found a Polaroid wedged in my mailbox. It was a picture of a red balloon tied to a chain link fence by the beach on the back. Sometimes we have to let the sad things float. We started trading them, pictures, notes, strange little tokens. I left him sea glass arranged like stars on his steps. He left a single vinyl on my porch with a Sharpie scrawl across the sleeve. Track 4 is how your silence feels. I started to breathe again. I slept better. I listened for his footsteps at night. It wasn't love, not yet. It was recognition, the way grief recognizes grief. Eventually we spoke. It was just after a storm, the kind that makes the air taste electric. I found him standing barefoot on the beach, staring at the horizon like it owed him something. I walked up, wordless, and handed him a thermos of coffee. He took it, nodded once, and said, "I used to watch the sea every day, waiting for someone who never came home." He didn't elaborate, I didn't ask. But that night, he kissed me, soft, hesitant, as if he was asking a question he wasn't sure I could answer. I kissed him back. We became something that didn't need labels. He traced the freckles on my back like a map, and I'd sketch him in the morning light, never showing him the drawings. He'd wake gasping some nights, whispering a name I didn't recognize. I'd hold him until the shaking stopped. Then one day, I followed him. He said he was going to town, but I saw the way his hand trembled locking the door. The way his eyes refused to meet mine all morning. Something in my chest stirred, intuition or dread. I couldn't tell. I waited 10 minutes, then got in my car. He didn't go to town. He drove inland, past the highway, to a low brick building with no sign out front. I parked half a block away, heart pounding, watched him go inside. 10 minutes passed, then 20, then 40. When he came out, he was holding a small cardboard box. That night, I asked him quietly, "Where did you go today?" He froze, his mouth opened, then shut. Finally, he sat beside me, the box in his lap. Inside were dozens of tiny jars, each one labeled in looping, deliberate script. Anna, April 14, 2017. Liam, July 2, 2020. Gabe, November 9, 2020. I reached for one, trembling. Ashes? My brother worked in palliative care. He said he died of COVID 2 years ago. I took over his promise. What promise? He looked at me, eyes wet, to deliver their ashes to the ocean for the families that couldn't, for the ones who were alone. My throat burned, and the music. I play each name once, then I let them go. I stared at the box, at the life he'd kept hidden, at the weight he carried. He added, "I was going to tell you, but I didn't want you to see me as broken." "I don't," I said, pressing my forehead to his "I see you as sacred." The next morning, we scattered Anna's ashes together. The tide pulled her gently like the sea had been waiting. Elias played her song that night. He still plays. I still draw. We don't talk about the future. Some days that still feels too sharp. But we've begun building something out of the ruins. Not a fairy tale, not a rescue. Something better. Something real.